Greetings, soul warriors of the infinite light. Namo Amida Butsu. I take refuge in Amitabha Buddha of infinite light and infinite light as we awaken and transition and ascend into the eternal pure land of the new earth. Happy spring equinox 144 coming in. Fully feel the angelic waves, the angelic rays of the rainbow bridge, the rainbow tribe, fully activated, fully awake, fully aware. The portals fully open. We have entered consciously 0 point energy, the still center, the center of the fulcrum that is everywhere, here now, in this eternal now. With these intense waves and activations coming in, more and more star blossoms coming online, blooming, blossoming into the light. We had a 32 hertz spike on the Schumann today with the 5 energies, the 555, fully activating, rising up, rising up, rising up, shining your light brightly into the night. The golden Christ rays, the golden Buddha waves, manifesting fully into this realm. We're activating the crown chakra. Crown is fully open. We are freeing humanity from the false duality separation programming of the false matrix, as the new earth divine 5D matrix is fully activated, fully online. It is up to us now to fully anchor in these energies through our heart center with our highest love, our highest light, our highest codes, our pure awareness through the heart center, being fully awake, fully aware, letting go of all that does not serve all of humanity. Victory is of the light, and love has won. 1177, transmitting in the 22, the 222 is fully online. So much energy coming in, so much information. It's hard to keep up, especially with all the timeline jumps and the time slips and all these other anomalies that are coming to the forefront as we're going through this great shift, the great awakening. 444 now, constant codes coming in. It's nonstop now. The storm is here and we are the storm. We are rising today on the way into the office. It was like a ghost town out there, but as I drove through the metro parks, we have this river that runs through it called the Rocky River. It was very high, almost up to the road. I didn't even realize how much it rained last night, but being in an altered state, it makes sense. But there's points in the river, it was almost up to the road, and points in the river, if you're standing, there's man-made banks of the river that are made out of concrete walls, some of them about 8 to 10 foot tall. They were almost up to the very top of the wall, and she was raging. But it was interesting to see so many people during the week out with their families and playing in the park and in the fields. It was almost like this feeling of utopia, where it is this energy of that quarantine energy is bringing families together, activating people to cherish and enjoy the important things in life, the families, the love, the connections. So with every event, every manifestation, it's a double-edged sword. So our job as light workers is to focus on the positive and to transmit our highest love, our highest light, our pure energy, our pure awareness into the field to assist all of humanity and all life and all realms. So with these equinox energies coming in tomorrow on the 20th, which will be a 222, I will be anchoring in my highest codes into a very powerful portal in Ohio, close to what's called the Grand River and Lake Erie. Also, it's on a street called Pain. And that's very significant, that the pain of the 3D vessel is being resolved and released. The pain and suffering of the separation programming is being resolved and released. So tomorrow, as I anchor into this powerful portal, my sister moved onto this land with a home with my nephews, the 3 sons. One who I've talked about, James, that ascended on 5/17/2014 on this property. It's a very powerful portal. A lot of paranormal things happen there. There's actually I believe there was an episode of that show, I think called Ghost Hunters or something like that, that filmed a night in her home about 8 years ago. I think she moved there around 17 years ago. I've done much ceremony on the land there. She has several acres. So tomorrow I'll be doing a ceremony for the Equinox, which usually my technologies don't work, my phone on this land, so I won't be able to stream it, and I'll see what I can do and what energies come through. Tomorrow evening on the 20th, between 10:10 p.m. and 11:11 p.m., I'll be activating the sacred portal and transmitting, so you could join me wherever you're at in the world. 10:10, 11:11 p.m. tomorrow, which this may be the last transmission. Until then, I may try to release one tomorrow, depending on how the day goes. And this location's about an hour away. And then we have other things to do that I have to resolve. But this will be to help assist humanity, freeing the collective from all karmic ties, which was initiated on the harmonic convergence. If you watch that ceremony I did back on August 15th, 2019, it's on the website. You can look up harmonic convergence. This will be the final release for this great awakening. Many people will be participating around this realm. And every day from here on out until the full event energies or the quantum leap of consciousness, from Homo sapien to Homo luminous, every moment of every day is sacred. It always was, but now the collective will be fully receiving the energies of all the star blossoms, the warriors of light that are activating their deepest codes, their highest light through these final shifting energies of the great awakening process. So thank you for joining us on this most powerful and auspicious transition and transmission. Today's first transmission is from Suzanne M. Baker. Look up Lightworkers. It's really happening. Our bright liberation. Earth Ascension is finally becoming obvious. Earth Ascension is the evolutionary process that we are going through to become fully spiritual human beings, and this process requires liberation. That is why at this very moment we are experiencing the breakdown of a way of life that has always kept us down. This old way of life was selfish, leaving people to either benefit or suffer, and ultimately to do both. The new way of life that we are evolving towards is harmonious unity, and as we embrace it, we will experience an entirely elevated way of being a human being. We will fashion a new earth. This is happening right before our eyes. During this current pandemic, we are unplugging from systems that we were raised to support, systems we thought were all right and even just. They never were. They limited us completely, and now overnight we aren't feeding these corrupt systems any longer. We aren't putting our energy towards selfishness. We are putting our energy towards all. More specifically, we are paying attention to one vitally important group of people, our elders and those who are compromised most. Finally, these beautiful people are front and center in our hearts. They aren't being forgotten and ignored any longer. What a perfect exercise in unity. There is so much beauty to be found in this profound experience, this temporary separation that actually makes us unified. For as we separate from each other to protect ourselves from illness, we are growing closer as one inside. What's more, what we experience always starts within and then reflects itself externally. We create reality from where we put our attention, our time, and our thoughts. So as we unplug from a corrupt program and use our hearts to think of others, we begin to create a better reality from this alone. We stop blindly following the selfish systems that we've been taught to tolerate and start looking out for everyone. This is the shift that we have long anticipated. This is Ascension, and it's really happening now. Indeed, we are witnessing a mass spiritual awakening. All roads lead to liberation and a higher experience. We can now create a world that mirrors our souls, for we humans are creators through and through, and even though in the past we used to help create things that weren't so great for everyone, all that is changing now. We are ready to work with compassion, peace, and yes, unconditional love. We are ready to rapidly evolve. As we look around, this is undeniable. Whatever dark design may have tried to keep us locked in fear during this pandemic, it's simply not working. There is a higher detailed design meant to prevail instead, and deep down we all know this. We can feel how surreal and spiritual this whole experience is. We are feeling calm, compassionate, and even hopeful amidst heartbreak. We are getting to pause and think for ourselves for once. We can see that humans are really thoughtful and quite amazing at heart, and that we can be freed from the rat race. Most of all, we are exhibiting faith on a scale never seen before. More specifically, our souls are taking over as you listen to this. Our bodies are switching from dense carbon to crystalline light. Our DNA is being restored to unprecedented capacity. Our beloved planet will be restored too, and our systems will give the highest outcome for everyone, because a divine plan is already in place, and we know that we can completely trust it. Our evolution is already at hand, and we know that nothing can stop it, just as nothing can stop your ascension too. From sharethespiritual.com. 17 and 11 coming through again, the 11-7 and the 7-11, 71-17. And from Laura Pleiadian, March 19th to 20th, 2020, Spring Equinox, now or never. Friday, March 20th, 2020. For some of you, Thursday the 19th at 12:49 a.m. ADT is the spring. For some, the fall equinox. This is and will be a very significant time on planet Earth. It is paramount for those entering their heart to do so more than ever with attention and focus. This is not a dress rehearsal. This is it. The moments now are present to enter your heart. As much as possible, stop any activity and focus inward. Connect with everything within you. Face your fears through your heart. This is the only state of being through the heart that love exists, that your ascension exists, that being an authentic being exists, that your mastery for love exists. All else will fall away in the light of the heart and the love of the heart. I will be minimizing all contact and focusing on the radiating deeply of all that I am to all of humanity with the divine council of overseers. This is a sacred and monumental space and frequency to enter your heart. In this love, we activate you now. From the new divinehumanity.com. One more thing to add on a side note. Came up in my consciousness that the show, if anyone asks, that was recorded at my sister's house, that never aired on TV. So it was never aired on TV. I know some people would probably ask once I mentioned that. Also, one more thing that was coming up as the transmission was coming through, as I was getting downloads and activations, that this quarantine is, in essence, giving humanity the sacred space to do their inner work and to go within, seek ye the kingdom of heaven within. In this moment, in this now moment, we're freed from the burdens of the mundane, what we can call hamster wheel. Here's the time and here's the space that now has opened up for all of humanity to take the time to practice any spiritual art, meditation, prayer, whatever it takes for you to seek the peace within, the joy within, the love within, to transmit it into this realm. So we can look at this as this sacred space, the quiet time to do our spiritual work. And also it is the lifting of the separation, what some have seen as a quarantine from the higher dimensions, the higher realms, from the Galactics, from the star nations, our star families. It was that concept of, which was the prime directive. That's why prime disclosure. We are on the threshold of what some may call first contact, although many of us have been contacted, the starseeds, over the years, including myself, and connected to the higher dimensionals and the star nations. But this is for the collective. This is for humanity to assist in the transition into our galactic heritage, as not only are we reunited with the galactic families, the star families, but also all those that we have lost, all the loved ones we have lost in the past. We obviously never lost them, but there was that disconnect, that separation as they ascended to the higher realms and we stayed in 3D for this final mission. That separation and disconnect caused great trauma for many humans. So this is all being resolved, and as we ascend, we'll be reconnecting on a conscious level, fully awake and fully aware with those that have already ascended to the higher planes, the higher realms. So today from Astromama, Spring Autumn Equinox, the will to turn a new page. You are a warrior of love, embracing change in an unknown time. Happy spring, autumn equinox, and astrological new year. Today, March 19th, the sun, which rules the ego, vitality, and life force, moves from the dreamy sign of Pisces over to the fiery sign of Aries. Aries, the first zodiac sign, is all about passion, initiation, action, entrepreneurial vibes, and childlike wonder. Equinoxes as well as solstices are always power days as the energies shift from the mutable element over to the cardinal element. Cardinal signs, Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn, are all about charging forward, progress, and leadership. We are ready to create anew and refresh our senses with a breeze of innocence and determination. The sun's entry into Aries is here to bring back a life force of energy and passion to our lives. After a very difficult and trying Pisces season, we are ready to embark on new, bold plans and projects. Within these crazy and uncertain times, the sun in Aries is asking you to step up as a warrior and proclaim a new life. It is time to get outside and rejoice in the simple pleasures of the grass in your toes and the smell of the flowers abloom. There is always so much to be grateful for, and this equinox is asking us to remember this and rejoice in the beauty of life in ever-changing seasons. More than ever, this spring equinox is here to ground our energies and remind us that the present moment is all we got. It's this precious wisdom full of vitality and trust that makes the sign of Aries so refreshing and youthful. Aries energy reminds us that this blind faith and trust is ever so important, especially right now. I wish you a beautiful and healthy spring, autumn equinox. Happy birthday to all the Aries folks. I love you all, and stay tuned for exciting new ventures in the coming days from Astro Mama. And from Forever Consciousness, Equinox and Mars-Jupiter conjunction March 20th, as the sun enters the first sign of the zodiac on March 19 to 20, 2020, we also start the astrological new year. The sun is ready to kickstart a new journey around the 12 zodiac signs, and so are we. The sun moves into Aries, also signals the equinox, which is when we have equal hours of night and day. This is a powerful moment in the cosmos and brings heightened energies to work with. All of us are going to be able to tune into the energy of fresh new starts, new beginnings, and new possibilities. This is a really powerful, forward-moving energy that will help make leaps and bounds if we put it to work for us. Also, Mars and Jupiter conjunct or align in the sign of Capricorn on March 20th, right after the equinox and right before Saturn makes its move into Aquarius, making for a lineup of 3 ultra-potent days. Our ability to manifest will be heightened, and we will feel a surge of motivation to get things done and to take positive action in our lives. While we may notice things heighten and escalate in the world around us, know that Mars and Jupiter are offering different frequencies for us to tune into and access. Mars is the planet of action and energy, but also conqueror of our fears. On lower vibrations, it can create fear and heightened, already tense emotions, making us feel powerless. On higher vibrations, it calls for us to find our strength, to remember we are powerful, and that we can use our fears to motivate us rather than scare us. Mars can teach us how to master our own fears by learning to accept them and ride along with them. As we accept our fears, we can use them as a tool to guide us through life and to highlight where we need to create more love, balance, and self-care. Jupiter is the planet of expansion, and while it is considered a mostly benevolent planetary energy, it has the power to magnify and expand how we are feeling and the events that are happening in the world. Everything Jupiter touches, it expands, but we can tune into the higher vibrations of this by allowing ourselves to focus on the emotions and feelings we wish to expand and not the ones we don't. Both Mars and Jupiter at their highest vibrations can guide us to remember the strength, wisdom, and healing power that arises when we tune into our higher self and find that place of center. This planetary energy can remind us that fear is always present in this world, but we always have the power to choose how we are going to react and how we are going to show up. Mars and Jupiter aligning in the middle of the equinox and Saturn changing signs will increase the heightened energy of this time, but see if you can use it to pause, align with your heart, and remember that this too shall pass. 2020 is a high vibrational year, and this is one of those opportunities to take all you have been cultivating from within and use it to be a force of light and peace for yourself and for others. This is a season to release our fears, to make headway on the path of our highest self, and reach out to those around us. And from the Zolkin times, Kin 250, White Electric Dog. The number 3 is called Electric, and its keywords are Activate, Bond, and Service. The third day of a wave spell is always a real live wire. This is because day 1 identifies the journey, day 2 considers the obstacles ahead, and day 3 the energy is electrified and things really start to get going as if a switch has been turned on. Electric is always a fun number regardless of which wave spell it occurs. So much energy comes in very useful if you make use of it. Today is White Dog, which represents love, loyalty, and heart. The energy of a White Dog Day is about putting all of your heart into whatever you do, whether it's taking on a huge project or just doing housework. Love what you do and be loyal to seeing it through to the end. Dogs can be very tenacious and they don't easily give up their bones. Take a leaf out of their book if you want to get it done. The guide today is White the Wizard. The charming enchanter leads today, spellbinding us and guiding us to mysterious places. Expect strange things to happen today, but in a good way. From Christina Papagiorgio, White Electric Dog, Kin 250, 19 March 2020. Activating unconditional love. 19-3-2020 equal 10-3-22 equal 13-4 equal 4-4 equal 8. 19 Prince of Heaven, victory, fulfillment, honors. 10 manifestation, leadership, authority, power. 4 form, foundation, earth, angelic. 8 infinity, abundance, flow. Kin 250 equals 7 spiritual magic code. The double 4-4 code today further emphasizes the building of our new world on a foundation of peace, abundance, and unconditional love for all mankind. Day 3 of the spectacular Yellow Star Wave Spell, where we are awakening our sparkle and using our creativity to attract more beauty, grace, and harmony in our lives, so that our lives become a living work of art. Today we are activating our creativity through the power of unconditional love, bonding with kin to express our shiny, bright, starry light through divine service. Tone of creation, electric tone 3 in the emotional realm, action, bonding, power activates, essence, service. Electric energy provides the ignition or spark for our creativity. It also adds power to anything you are creating today, an extra electrical boost to draw upon. The power of 3 is derived from 2 units merging and creating the third, more powerful entity. This action duplicates the essence of bonding and service that the electric tone provides. Note, electric energy has a very high emotional charge, so make sure you ground this energy, otherwise it can build up, stressing your nervous system and result in emotional flare-ups and arguments. Today you should contemplate how you can activate your electrical power to send waves of pure charged energy to uplift and awaken others through your acts of love and divine service. First seek God, then look around to see the team of people walking with you. That is your tribe. Here comes the sun. Today's question is, how can I bond in service with my kin through the power of expressing unconditional love, devotion, and loyalty to my tribe? May you find your inner spark fueled within your open heart today. Go forth and express yourself. In Lakek a la kin, Christina White, Magnetic World Bridger, Kin 66. So with these powerful equinox energies flowing in and flowing through, be sure to take care of yourself, to ground yourself, to treat yourself with honor, grace, joy, and bliss. Divine beings of light, we are here now on our final mission through this ascension process to assist all humanity and all life in all realms to be free from the false separation programming of the duality matrix. So, beloved beings of light, let us know in the comments below what you're seeing, what you're feeling, what you're experiencing, your visions, your dreams, your visions for New Earth flowing through. And if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. Click the subscribe button below and the little bell next to subscribe for notifications on future updates And also you can join our team on Facebook. We created a group for the Divine 44. You can look up Divine 44, Rainbow Tribe of the New Earth, to connect and collaborate with our closest team. So have a beautiful and blessed day, an amazing equinox, and the most ultimate, beautiful, and blessed Ascension awakening. Namaste.